Hello, my dear friends in Christ. I welcome you to the fourth Sunday of Easter. Today is the Good Shepherd Sunday and also the World Day of Prayer for Vocations. Jesus says to us today, I am the gate. A statement that demonstrates his divinity, his sovereignty, and his identity as the Good Shepherd. But again, that's an important statement that Jesus made. He said, I have come that you may have fullness of life. I have come that you may have abundance of life. This is a summary of the famous Psalm 23. But this statement means something for us. The fullness of life, the abundance of life, means a relationship with God, a communion with God, a fellowship with God. And this is demonstrated in the gift of freedom, in the gift of hope, and in the gift of fulfillment, which Jesus entrusts to you and to me. The three basic ways that Jesus fulfills this mission of giving us abundance of life is he calls us, he knows us, and he leads us. Number one, to call is an act of creation and also an act of deliverance. Because God called us from nothingness to something. He calls us from the dust to humanity. He calls us from slavery to freedom. He calls us from sickness to health. He calls us from all kinds of hopelessness, frustrations to hope. And finally, he calls us from death to life, which we see in the resurrection of Christ, because through his resurrection, we are called from death to life. The second one is that he knows us. He calls us because he knows us. So that the knowledge of Christ about us is a demonstration of his fellowship, his communion, and friendship with us. As a good shepherd, he knows our weakness, he knows our names, he knows our individual dynamics, he knows everything about us, yet he comes to us. He does not reject us. And knowing who we are, basically, Jesus knows every of our challenges, every of our hopelessness, every of our crises. He knows all of them. And because of this, he comes to us. And as a good shepherd, he does not say, you are smelly or you are very dirty. But even the weak, even the weakest of all, he puts on his shoulder and he leads to life. The third mission of Christ, according to the passage we have today, the gospel passage, is that he leads us. Jesus is our way. So he leads us to make sure we are protected. He leads us to make sure that we are secured. He leads us into life. He leads us into happiness. He leads us into fulfillment, into freedom. Before I end this reflection, I remember during our priestly ordination retreat, our retreat moderator, Father Aye, asked us to choose the title of Jesus that we would like to live out as priests. For me, I chose the Good Shepherd. And I brought my diary as, where I put down the Good Shepherd as an acronym. What does Good Shepherd mean for me? The first G is God. Jesus is divine. Our Good Shepherd is God. The O means openness. Jesus is open to us. The second O means objective. The love of our Good Shepherd is universal. It's for everyone. He does not discriminate against anyone. And the D means dedication. Our Good Shepherd is dedicated. The S for the shepherd means simple and sensitive. The H means humble. Our God, our Good Shepherd is humble. He can come to our level so that he can lift us up. The E means empathetic. He feels our pains. The P means patience. Just like in the gospel today, he said something they did not understand. He was patient enough to say it again. The H means honest and helpful. The E means easygoing. The R means respectfulness. No, our Good Shepherd respects us. He does not force us to do anything, but he respects us. The D means dependable. As we celebrate this Good Shepherd Sunday today, my dear brothers and sisters, let us remember that we are also shepherds in our different families, our words, our actions should lead people into happiness. It should lead people into freedom. It should lead people into fulfillment. Remember that you are blessed to bless.